Yes, greetings, family, and give thanks for another moment on the Real Radio Talk here. I'll wait for the guest to set up. So,
Greetings, everyone. Ashe, obute pu haramase di ashe.
yes, greetings, family. How's everything going? I know it's early, it's late in the morning on your side.
Yeah. My apologies. I just woke up now. I had set my alarm to wake
Mm-hmm.
me up at 3 o'clock, but I couldn't get up right away at 3. So yeah, I look like someone who just woke up, so that's why I, I I'm not showing my face.
Okay, so you behind the candid camera tonight.
Yes,
Is that what it is?
but yeah. I was struggling to put up a photo there. Maybe for those who do not know what I look like, they would have been able to see who this Oracle Prince is. But
Right.
I couldn't put up a photo there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just do a brief intro and then we can get started. Maybe it'll help wake you up.
Yes,
So,
please.
so we give thanks for everyone again for tuning in to another Real Radio Talk. And it's a pleasure to always be here to share the knowledge and expand on certain topics that are rarely being talked about or people don't believe and things like that. So we always come with the subjects that people don't really talk about. So I don't know the last time you came on. I think that was the mystical creatures that we were speaking about, right? With the Bigfoot and things like that. So tonight we're gonna expand on the UFO vibes. And I have my little sister in the chat just posted something about her son seeing one. They live in upstate New York, which is a hot spot for UFO sightings. So it's not a coincidence that she's she told me this earlier today because she lives in a hot spot where these sightings are, you know, known to be seen. And I know the Oracle here has his own little personal stories behind it too. So we're just going to, you know, have a good dialogue on this. And if anybody wants to join the conversation in the chat, you can feel free to put your comments there, say whatever it is you want to say. And when the guest comes back on, we can get started. It looks like he may have accidentally logged himself out. So in the meantime, let me see. Let's put up Chantel's comment about my son. It said he saw a UFO one time by his school. Okay. Let me see if I can reply back to that. Yeah, where's your son now, Chantel? Is he home? Would he be willing to give you some more details on it? Yeah, so just bear with us, please, family. We're waiting for him to come back on. It's 3 a.m. in the morning on his side. So, I guess he's trying to get himself together. And maybe the internet is not acting correctly. And let's give some positive thoughts out tonight for that full moon, the lunar eclipse full moon that is. So you want to send out that positive energy for things to work out in your favor. Keep the vibe high. Take you a nice herbal bath. Eat some clean food, things like that. Okay, so she said he's playing his video games. Okay, no problem. But at least we know that, they are just regular people from different walks of life. We have a teenager who was at his school one night or one day, and they saw him and his friends saw a UFO. So this is, some random, comments, random experiences from people. And let me see what the guest is doing. See, I was just getting ready to call you.
Mhm.
I was just
I'm
getting ready to
here. There's a storm outside, so I think there was a lightning that just disturbed everything. But I'm back
Yeah, I
now.
said that too. I said it's probably some kind of connection disturbance going on, or you trying to get yourself together. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's a storm outside,
Oh, okay. So how's the family
so
doing?
it's disturbing the Everybody is doing well, but they are asleep right now.
Right. Of course, of course. Okay.
Everyone is sleeping.
Yeah, so my little sis
Yeah,
says
I'm the only one awake at this time,
right, right.
making noise.
Yeah, so my little sis said that her son saw a UFO
Mhm.
by his school. I don't know if you remember a long time ago, I was telling you about some hot spots in America where UFO sightings are, well known. And there's one place upstate New York that
Yeah,
is known for UFO sightings. So
yeah.
that's where she lives. She lives upstate New York, and her son and his friends were, I guess,
Okay.
hanging at the school one day, and they witnessed that. So it's not just you and I coming together creating this scene here. It's just regular people going on with their daily life and happen to look up in the sky and see things going on.
Yeah, some weird stuff.
Yeah, seeing some weird stuff that we don't normally see. We know it's not an airplane, it's not a bird, you know? And then when you look carefully, you see what it really is.
Yeah. The other day, someone was asking me, these UFO sightings only happen in America? Because a lot of stories that we hear are American stories. It's rare that you find African stories where people are talking about UFOs, aliens, and all of that. So I I kind of like tried to make this person see that it's not only that we hear these stories from the people from America only. It's how things are published. It's not that we
Yeah,
don't have those stories here in Africa. We do, but are we given the platform to um, express such sightings, or is it that only the popular mainstream medias are the only ones that
mhm,
are exposing such things, and then we feel like these things are not happening anywhere else, they only happening in America.
exactly,
So I guess
exactly.
today we are going to clarify some of those things, because yeah, we do have stories like that in Africa.
Mhm. I've heard of a few of UFO stories and sightings in Africa. I forgot the shaman name. It's an elder. He has the glasses and he's kind of heavy set. Oh, his name is
It's
missing me now.
Baba Credo Mutwa.
Exactly, Baba Credo Muta. Yes, he really went deep into it. So yeah, I'm familiar
Yes,
with
he
Africans
even
on the
has a
continent.
book. He even has a book that he wrote about that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
and him and this a man from England called what's his name, Mike Ike or
David
Dick Ike,
Ike.
David Ike.
It's
Yes, him and David
Dave
Ike kind
Ike.
of corresponded. Hmm. So yeah, the information is
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
People just have to go and do some research, and then they'll start pulling up people from the continent speaking about it. You know.
yes, yes, and we have folklores that are handed down through generations from our ancient forefathers telling these stories about beings from the skies and all of that. So it's not
Mhm.
like this is something that comes from a Hollywood movie or something that is just made up now, because if you can look at even these Hollywood um, movies, you will find traces of folklores in those movies, in the narratives. There are many stories that were told to us by our ancient forefathers that you see being played out today on these movies. So
Exactly.
in a way, you would think that someone went and became so creative and came to show us aliens and UFOs and everything, but it
Mhm.
is not something new. It's not new. It's things that have been here for ages, but now we have ways to show how these things may have been like, but
Mhm.
since this entertainment side of things is playing out, then we tend to not take these things serious because we believe it's just entertainment.
Yes. It's
um
it seems to be entertainment, but the entertainment comes from it actually being true. In order for you to be entertained with with something like that, you would have had to hear the story from somewhere.
yes,
You know what I mean? In order to turn it into a Hollywood
yeah,
film or make a movie about it or whatever.
yeah.
That's what I
um
think.
there's I normally refer to this book that everyone on earth loves so much because this book, people believe it's the recording of the true history of humankind,
Mhm.
and the book is called the Bible. So
Which talks about UFOs, by the way.
a lot. It talks about UFOs a lot, and I normally quote certain scriptures from this book because most people believe that this book is speaking the truth and the real history of humankind, of our origins. So
Yeah.
whenever this UFO topic arises and people want to trace it as to when it started, I've heard arguments where people are saying, no, this thing of UFOs started during the World War II,
Mhm.
when Hitler was recruiting scientists in Germany, making them do this weird stuff. They were creating flying saucerers, and people were seeing those things, believing that they are alien flying objects, but of which they were creations by those scientists. So people want to make this look like as if the whole UFO saga started during those times. But now this is where I go and draw the book of Enoch and put it on the table and say, do you know this guy? He is in your Bible. And this is the man who was taken up in the sky by the so called God and the so called angels, whom we believe are omnipresent. They are capable of doing miracles, but now why would they need a vehicle, something that comes from the sky roaring like thunder, making noise and oozing the smoke coming out of it. And you know how they describe this thing when it landed to come and pick Enoch up? It's a machine. It's
Of
not
course.
something divine or something spiritual. They
Correct.
are
It's an
describing
object.
a
Mhm.
machine, you know and they even go to the lengths of describing the wheels of that machine, how they looked like and how they would maneuver without steering but going from left to right. All of those things that they describe there, they describing an aircraft, and he was taken up in that aircraft. And now when you start talking about such things, people will be like, no, you don't know how to interpret the Bible. That's not what they say. The Bible is written in
Yeah.
parables, so it doesn't really mean that. It means there's I always go like, you want to take things literally when only when it suits you. But
Mm.
now when you
Yeah.
have to look at the reality of things, you now start to twist and turn things and say, no, this is not what it meant, this is what it meant.
Exactly.
you know
Yes.
so this is an old story, and we all know it. Even I, as a custodian of some ancient secrets of the Khoi people, there are stories that I've been told by my Khoi elders that have been handed down to them through generations. They've these stories have been going on and on and on up until they found me now, and I am the custodians of these stories. And
Right.
that is why so many things are hidden from us, because we want to um look into things in a manner of true of proof. You want proof for things. If somebody tells you that up there in the sky, those lights being that you call the stars, they are
Mhm.
planets, then now you run for a telescope. You want to see an actual planet, what it looks like, and
Yeah.
how far it is. So that has made us the proof seeking people who now
Mm.
can be fooled by anything that is presented to them as proof. You know, um, Somebody can just stage a scene
Mhm.
somewhere and then come back with footage and tell you, this is our landing on the moon. Do you see that? We landed on the moon and now we have proof of that. Here's a footage of it. and then you run and write stories, write all of these things. You are so rejoicing and saying, yeah, people landed on the moon, we've got proof. But what if it's a lie? Just
Yeah,
because
because
just be,
I don't mean to cut your bills, but I saw a photo, right, of maybe about 4 or 5 astronauts with no helmets on, with no astronaut helmet on, taking a picture on the moon. And nobody noticed that they didn't have these helmets on. They just kept sharing it and commenting and commenting it. And then somebody out of the blue was like, well, how come they don't have any helmet on? They can't breathe on the moon without a helmet on. And then now you look at the picture and you're like, yeah, they don't have a helmet on. They wouldn't be sitting there taking a photo without a helmet on, standing on the moon. So you're right. They could just take pictures and show
how
us
are
something
they
and we'll believe that's the moon.
how are they able to breathe though without
Exactly.
helmets?
But they had on the body wear, but they just didn't have the headwear on.
Yeah,
Impossible. That's impossible.
I've seen a conspiracy theorist who was trying to debunk this whole mystery about the moon landing, and he was saying things like the people's shadows on that footage are wrong. You know, there's something wrong with those shadows, because if the sun is coming out from their front, from where they're facing, why are there shadows in front of them, not
It should be
behind them?
behind, right? Exactly. The shadow is always behind you because it's reflecting off of your body.
Yeah. So it means there were lights that were placed behind them. That's why the shadows were in front of them.
Right. So you know that was a studio effect, right?
Exactly.
Oh, so we have a my Basu sister Nicole Pella Smith, but her real name is Anuket Bay. She said that's why it's so
Blessed.
easy. Yeah, it's so easy for us to be manipulated. Low vibrational energy, we are better than that.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, and then she has another question as well. But go ahead, finish your build, and then we can go to it a little later because she did say for later. So we'll post it later. Okay, excellent.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Ashe, Ashe.
But she's laughing at
Yeah.
what we just said.
So it's like that's what's happening. People want proof, and if you can just bring up something that they deem as proof, they will believe it. Like all this saying that goes that seeing is believing.
Yes.
So I can put anything in front of you, and just because you see it, you will believe that it's true. But
Yeah.
that's how we are fooled and manipulated. And yes, there are real and true sightings, but some
Mm-hmm.
of these things are hoaxes as well. You
Yes,
know,
I know.
um,
That's only because they want to make it
I
look like the
remember.
truth is not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, because the agenda is for humanity not to be aware, for humanity to stay asleep,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can be busy with whatever they busy with, and you, while you are asleep, they are busy acquiring what they are acquiring. And then at the end of the day, you will be controlled, you will be ruled and made to act in certain ways. Like already our minds are controlled. They have remote controls. through through social media we've been controlled, through mainstream media we've been controlled, through everything. Even the food that we eat has some things in them that are controlling us,
You know it.
so when you know that truth and you start to speak about these things, always you will be painted as a conspiracy theorist, like, this is just a conspiracy, they starting again, and all of that.
Mhm.
That is why they emphasizing on making these things into movies, because they know that when we see something in a movie, we believe it's not real. So
Exactly.
they take the truth and paint it in a movie type of setup, so that we can just not take it that serious. And
Mhm.
the next thing, they go and fake crop circles for us to focus on debunking that mystery, and at the end of the day we find that it was just a hoax, and then we sit back and laugh and say, yeah, I told you there's no such thing as UFOs because people are faking it. And then we forget about the real happenings out there you know
Exactly. And then they put the UFO and the extraterrestrial into the sci-fi genre. So when you hear sci-fi, you
yes,
automatically think that it's not real.
science fiction, it's
Yeah,
science
exactly.
fiction. And the word fiction just tells you not real.
Not real. Exactly. Exactly. So the
Yeah,
UFO is not real, but we're just making a movie about it, or we're just doing an episode on it to just, entertain.
yeah, yeah. So that is it. But now you need to also realize that we are talking about beings here. The reality of this thing is that we are not alone in the universe.
Hmm.
As in as much as we like to think that we are so special, and we were loved by this God who placed us on earth and made us so special that we must, what does the Bible say, we must have dominion over all things.
Yeah.
In as much as we would love to believe that, it is not true, unfortunately,
Hmm.
because even on this planet that we are on, we haven't discovered everything about this planet. And
Mm-mm.
you can just imagine how long humans have been on this planet. you know
Mm-mm.
some people can date it back to millions of years ago, some can date it back to billions of years ago. We still don't have proof of how long we've been here, but one thing is
True.
for sure, we haven't discovered everything that is on this planet.
Mhm.
We only know fish, birds, and four-legged animals and two-legged animals. But what if there's more? What if there are other
Exactly.
things that we haven't seen that are here? I remember the other day we were talking about fairies, and the wolf men, and the half man half animal type of things, the mermaids. the, these are the type of things that are there, but only a few have discovered them, and only a few knows about these things. So when this is the crazy part, when you come and tell a story about something that you experienced and no one else has said it before, or it's not written anywhere in these books that we're reading, no one is going to believe you. No one is going to believe you. In fact, they'll be making a space for you in the loony house, just making a bed for you, just
Sure
preparing a
will.
nice space for you there. You know?
Okay, so my Basu sister says, I have heard people say we were originally green people from the Star Sirius. I thought
Yeah.
that was interesting. I have a niece who has a big green birthmark on her back. Your thoughts?
Okay. Let me just jump right into that. Um, Here in Africa, you have many tribes of melanated beings who refer to themselves as star people. I will make an example with the people who are here in South Africa who call themselves the Zulu people. The Zulu people, they come from the lineage of the Bantu. You know, Bantu people. You trace them everywhere in Africa, mostly in Central Africa. It's where the Bantu people hail from. But now the word ba, it's a plural of the word that you can say those, you know, those
Mhm,
of. It's ba. Ba, it's those who belong to, you know, those of, those who belong to, it's ba. And it's a plural word that you put before anything that you mention that has to do with people. If like you want to say um, those of a dark skin, you
mhm,
know, and then you will say bacho. You know, cho is dark, it's black, you know. So when you put ba, you are saying those of a dark, in a dark skin or a dark color. So it's ba cho. So now ba ntu, the word ntu, it's the same word as nut. You know, those who are following the Egyptian gods and all these
Netaru.
ancient,
Mhm,
yes, nut, they will know the god nut, what it means. So it's actually ntu, not nut, because the people who were writing the Egyptian history were Greeks, so they were missing these other words and they were writing their own rubbish. So
mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's,
Creating their own stories from our stories.
yeah, so it's not nut, but it's ntu. So
Mhm,
when you say Bantu, you are actually saying those of the skies, those of the galaxies, you know, because Ntu, it's the higher power, the higher spirit that created the universe and everything. So how did these people come to call themselves those of the skies, those of the universe, like of the
mhm,
cosmos, the galaxies and all of that? Zulu, remember, Zulu is the sky, you know. So when you call yourself a Zulu person, it means you are saying, I who hails from the sky. So these people didn't just wake up one day and say, we are the sky people, you know.
right.
They must have been told by their forefathers that this is where you come from. That's the thing. That's how we know ourselves. That's how we know who we are, because
Mhm.
we are told by our parents, this is where you come from. I can make an example with the generations of African Americans right now. You know, those who are living right now, they were never slaves. They were all born in America, but they know their history, that their forefathers came to America as slaves. How do they know that? Because they were told their history. It's been given to them by those who were there before. you know so this is handed down. Today you can stand there and speak of your history, speak of your forefathers who came to America, who were brought there as slaves, and how they got their freedom, and how everything happened up until today, where you are there and producing even more offsprings that you are teaching about something that you didn't experience, but you know did happen. you know
Yeah.
so this this is how we can prove that the Bantu people are the sky people. They came from the skies.
Mm.
um
Mm.
Remember when we were talking about
Yeah, just when it's getting good, this would happen. This would happen. Yes, my Basu sister, this is very powerful. It is. And these are the type of topics that I like to talk about. I like to talk about things that open up your subconscious mind. Like all those things that we thought when we were children, we thought maybe, it's not real because we're thinking in the childlike mind, or maybe we did think it was real from a childlike mind. And then now we're older and these things are still being said. These things are still being carried on, throughout the generations. And then we come forward now and we have this conversation and it just feels and it sounds surreal. It pretty much like resonates, with your soul. You can't really sometimes explain why it's resonating with the soul the way it is. You just know that it's right. You don't know how you know it, but you know that is what you're hearing is right, especially when you started going deep into your subconscious mind. You have those keys to your subconscious mind and you open it up, you're able to go that far into a conversation with yourself or with other people. But that conversation would start internal first. And then we hear people talk about it, like how we're having this conversation now. And I'm sure it's turning on light bulbs. And I'm sure people, are maybe now feeling a lot more comfortable, probably talking about it more. So they don't, now they don't feel like, oh, I'm the only one thinking like this. I might be crazy. So no, you're not crazy. The Bible talked about it for all the Bible thumpers out there, you know. So if you believe in your Bible like you say you do, the Bible is speaking of UFOs. So how deep is your belief going to be now? You know? That's just the questions that we have to ask ourselves. So I think we could okay, he said he lost his signal. He's going to restart his computer. Yeah, and then I'm going to post um Anoket Bay's question that she said let's save it for later. I think maybe now is a good time to do it. When he comes back on, I'll do it, of course. And in the meantime, we could just once could ask some more questions in the chat if you have anything you want to say, or you might just want to sit back and listen and wait for us to join in again and listen to some of this jazz music I got playing in the background from a powerful brother I know outside of Chicago called Judahda Ra. He makes intergalactic reggae and intergalactic like jazz type of music, like what you're hearing now. That will be the more intergalactic jazz. And he's on Reverb Nation. Very powerful brother too. Met him on the Facebook, and he allows me to share his music on my podcast. So indeed grateful. Yeah, I was always very curious as a child. I was the gypsy and burning candles and blood sister type of child. All right, let's see. Let me get here. Blood sister type of child that liked astrology. Yes, we have to stay open minded. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I was always into astrology too coming up. You know, at one point I used to read every day my daily astrology. What's going to happen to me today? But I guess we could talk about astrology another time. But yeah, we just started talking until you came back, me and my Basu sister. And I guess if you remember where you last spoke, forgot what we were saying.
Um, excuse me. My apologies. There's a storm outside, and
Mhm. No problem.
yeah, it keeps disturbing my signal. I believe I was talking about the Bantu people and the melanated people coming
Oh yes, the
from
color green.
other
Yes, being
planets.
green. Right, right.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually trying to explain the fact that our skin is not actually black per se, because I, as an artist, I've been doing a lot of painting and I know colors, like the back of my hand, and I know which color you can mix to form which color. So normally when people say black, they referring to this color that you see when you switch off the light and you are in the dark. That is your black, you know. But now compare that to a melanated person's skin. It's not actually the same thing. That's not the same color. Yes, we do have Africans who are very dark,
Yeah, I was
that
going to say that. They're like
beautiful,
blue. They're like blue black.
beautiful dark skin. Yeah, but it's not black. That color
Right.
is not black. Just because something is dark, it's not black. you know. But this is how our minds were programmed. We were programmed in such a way that anything that you look at and it's dark, then therefore it's black. I
Right.
mean, if you take navy blue and put it under a shade, it looks black. So are you gonna call it black? So if we can look at melanin itself, melanin is a green substance. It's a green substance. The scientists can tell you all about the elements that are in there that form melanin, but it's a green substance. Look at a
Right.
child when they are still in their mother's womb and all the tissues are still developing. Everything is green. Even blood before it turns red, it starts as a green
It's blue.
substance at some point.
Yeah, some people even says it's blue and then it turns red once it
Yeah,
hits the air. Because if you look at your veins, it does look bluish green. It doesn't look red. You understand
exactly.
what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
It's when it hits the air, that's
Yeah,
when it turns red. So that's really something to think
exactly.
about. That's something to think about for real.
And from the ancient stories that our elders tell us,
Mm-hmm.
they are saying that because when we were coming here, we passed near the sun. That's why our skin turned so dark, because we were burned by the sun when we were coming here, you know. So there are lots and lots of these stories that I can narrate to the masses out there, but at the end of the day, they will just remain folklores, stories that people can say they are myths, or it's just you know creations of our imagination. But it's fine. We can just deal with what's real right now and what we are seeing in our skies. Okay. Am I still on?
Yes, you are. You are. I just had to walk away to get fill myself
Oh,
back up.
okay. All right. There was silence for a minute there. I thought maybe my signal is gone again.
Oh no, I heard you and then you stopped
So
talking. So I
yeah, these UFO sightings. Recently we've had sightings down here in South Africa, where people were saying they saw lights in the skies. I believe last year around November, there was a time where there was a stream of lights in the sky, and people were saying it's the satellites. I
yeah,
don't know
you told
this
me
new
that. I
company
remember you
by.
said that.
Yeah, yeah, there's this guy from South Africa who's living in the US right now. He has
Mm-hmm.
he has this huge company that is creating satellites and all these technologies. So people were saying it's his satellites that they just sent up there. And I was just wondering on that day that how do they send so many satellites and they can just fly like that in a you know in that form that they were flying. But it was just curiosity and questions that one would have without having an understanding of what is going on. But
Yes.
these lights that we are seeing in the skies right now, um, as we said, there are real sightings that
Mm-hmm.
have been happening. So now that
Mm-hmm.
these people are trying to cover up the facts. They also create their own things, then send them up there just to confuse us. you know but um I wanted to take this now into spirituality. um this thing of saying seeing is believing.
Yes.
Spiritual people like us, we don't use seeing is believing in a sense of your eyes. We use
Mm-hmm.
the third eye as seeing is believing. If you see with your third eye, then you believe what you saw you know
Right.
So only a few can be able to identify real from hoax. Um, Baba Credo Mutwa has
Exactly.
always narrated his story where he was abducted as a teenager and he met this white person in a spaceship, and when he came back he met him in some town
In
in
real life.
I think it was in Zimbabwe. Yes, when he met this guy, and he said that guy looked at him like, I've seen you somewhere. And the guy was a cop, and he
Mhm.
was very angry. White people used to hate black people back then, and it was this thing of like, where did I see you? Um, calling him that name that they used to call us, and he was like, I don't know where you saw me, but I feel that I've seen you before as well. They both
Mhm.
had the same experience. And this white man has never spoken about this, but only to his children. It is only recently that one of his children has written a book, and the book never saw the light of day because it was banned everywhere.
Wow.
It was
That's a
banned
shame.
everywhere because now it's the book that is corroborating the story of Baba Credo Mutwa, the person whom these people have been trying to tell people that he is crazy, they shouldn't believe his stories. Now, here comes someone who's corroborating his story, and it's the
Exactly.
child of the person who was there with him during that abduction. Now, they banned the book. It's not supposed to be sold anywhere.
Mm. Mm.
You see
But
how
I'm
the
sure that
truth is being hidden.
yes, and that's what my Basu sister was saying. The truth is definitely been hidden. Let me see if I can pull that comment up she said again before I put the one she said, let's say for later. Because she was right on, like as you were speaking about it, she was commenting, and then I think I got disconnected. Let me see if I can find.
Mm.
Yeah, right here. I always had respect for that elder, um, Baba.
Yes.
I always had respect for him because he came out no apologies, no shame with the real talk. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you see David Icke made it his business to find him and dialogue with him. You know what I mean? Because it's just I don't know. It's just astonishing how it's in your Bible. Regular people from other different walks of life is talking about it, and then people are still in denial.
Yeah. And many of these many
Yeah, that's what she said on the screen. I don't know if you can see it from your side.
Yeah, I
Uh,
can see this one that says no because a bid is hidden or
a lot is hidden.
banned, and they are the ones that are out researching and discovering for us. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Um, remember, even a lot of these science fiction movies, it's stolen narratives of our stories. These beings that you
Exactly.
see on those movies, it's it's not someone's brilliant imagination or brilliant creativity.
Mhm.
It's stolen from real things, because even Baba Credo Mutwa is speaking about the beings that are called Chitauri and the Mantindani. When you look at those things, he has sculptures of those things that he crafted. And you look at them, some of them look like the greys, some of them look like the reptilians, and you just
Yeah.
ask yourself,
Some of
what
them look
did
real
David
ugly.
Icke do with this information after he took it from Baba Credo? Because David Icke is a businessman, and
Of
he's a
course.
white man. I don't trust white men to that extent. This guy just came,
Yeah, I know what
took
you mean.
our father's stories, and he went there and sold them everywhere. This is
Yes,
what Baba
he
Credo
marketed.
died complaining about, because
Mhm.
his his stories were stolen, the monies for his books were stolen, everything. I've got videos of Baba Credo Mutua complaining about people who stole monies for his books, pretending to be publishers, pretending to be helping him, but he never got anything out of his work. People were just flocking to his house all the time. It was a tourist attraction place there in Kuruman, you know, at Credo Motors village. Every day you'll find these white people with cameras in his yard every day. It was a tourist attraction place. But what were they doing there? Did they go there to make him rich, to help make his dreams
No.
reality? Because he was a shaman, and he had a dream of building the first hospital in Africa that uses tradition medicine. Who helped him with that? Who came and said, here's funding, let us build that hospital and
Exactly.
help people? No
Exactly.
one did that. But people were flocking to his house every day. For what? To go and steal his knowledge?
And make documentary out of it. And make radio station out of it.
Yeah.
Radio
You
program.
go on YouTube. You go on YouTube, there are videos of Baba Credo Mutua left and right everywhere. You just type Credo Mutua, there's like thousands of videos. You know,
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
didn't even receive a cent from those videos. But you look at the videos, they have 10,000 or 100 or a million views. Huh?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
these are the type of things that are happening, and we are turning a blind eye to these things because those who control our history and what we are being told through these mainstream medias, they control how we think also.
Mhm.
You know,
Exactly. Yes.
not
Mhm.
only are they controlling what we see and hear, but they also control how we think.
Mm.
So it's very painful to me because I am one of the students of this old man, and I know many people do not know that. I try to keep this a secret as much as I can, because um
You
in as
always
much
keep
as
it
he was
secret.
in as much as people were disrespecting him and calling him crazy and all that, I know that's what they say about me as well.
I never
And
thought he
about
was
other
crazy. Never. From the
and
first
about
time I was introduced to him, I never thought he was crazy. I was at awe with
and
him. Okay? at
I
all.
I am not the only student of this old man. We have many of us here, especially in South Africa. But we're just hiding. We know how we will be treated when we come out there. It's like, for an example, I've got 6 books that I published with Amazon. But if you ask me today, there's only 2 that's left on Amazon. The rest were taken down.
Why? What happened?
Amazon the Amazon just decided to take down those books, and when I lodged a query about it, they just wrote me a nice email telling me that things that I wrote in there were proven not to be facts, and some of them were plagiarized, like I stole someone's work. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine, thank you very much. I will just go
They don't like
and
truth.
publish my
That's the
books. Exactly, like, last year, what pissed me off last year, I put up a book that I entitled The Origins of Life. Just 2 hours 2 hours after it was live, it was taken down. People
problem.
were calling me, telling me that, you told us the book will be out today on this date. We are here looking for this book. We want to download it. We want to order it. What is happening with Amazon? The book is not available. And people had
Yes,
pre-orders.
I remember
People
when you
had
said that it was
pre-orders
coming
of
out.
that book.
Exactly, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yes, because I was supposed to
People had
order that book, that one, and Dream Interpretations 1 and 2. I was
the
supposed to get 3 of them, and you were gonna let us know when it was gonna be ready to order.
Yeah. And people had pre ordered the book, but when it came to the day of delivery, it was taken down. And people maybe were given back their monies, refunds. I don't know what happened, but the book was taken down, and only the dream interpretation one and the short story one was left. Only those 2 were left there, the rest were taken out. And I'm like, okay, this is how the world works. Then it's fine. I'll do my own advertising. People who want this knowledge will buy it directly from me. I won't use any middleman,
Mhm.
because now I can see the world doesn't want any truth, you know.
Exactly, and it also proves that somebody read it and they reported it to Amazon
Exactly.
more than one time. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't like the
So
truth.
I
They like to live
I
lies.
know I know the truth cannot be accepted out there. So I'm ready for it. Whenever I go out, I know people are pointing fingers at me saying, there goes that crazy guy. you know?
And now you're on real radio talk again. They probably is calling me crazy right along with it. They're probably
Yeah.
calling me weird right along with it, you know? It's all
and
good.
and some of them and some of them are so pissed at my presence, they even want to kill me, like, if we can just get rid of this thing, and then
Exactly.
we won't have to listen to his rubbish. But yeah, I'm just gonna be here for a while. And i'll
They got a
i'll
few more
keep
years to
annoying
wait.
I- I'll keep annoying them until they get used to it. I'm not
Right.
gonna keep quiet. I've got a purpose. So this is my purpose. My purpose is to annoy people, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. You know.
And we have to keep, um, giving reverence and innovation to the elder Baba, you know? We gotta keep doing that.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that makes people think that we're crazy, then I guess I'm that. You know what I mean? Because That elder is one of
It's
a kind.
fine.
You're not going to find no one
Yeah.
like him. He is definitely what you would say one of a kind. And he wasn't afraid to come
Yes.
out and speak the topics that he spoke about. He said things that people wanted to say, but they were afraid to say. He wasn't afraid to say it. That's why those reporters was at his house all the time, trying to,
Exactly.
empire his
Yeah.
information, because they know that he will speak the truth. He's coming from his heart. When you hear him, he's coming from
These these are the messiahs of our times, not these fake Jesuses you see in your Bibles.
the heart.
These are the real Jesus of our times.
That
When
is
you speak
right.
of
Yes.
of the messiahs, these are those people, because once in a while someone is sent here to come and do exactly what these elders are doing, you know um
That's right.
as a shaman, you have a lot on your shoulders. You carry people's
Mm.
problems, you carry your own problems, you carry the world on your shoulders, and people think being a shaman is some sort of a sickness or something. Like they take
Oh, trust me, I know. Trust me.
they take this like it's a joke, or I don't understand. But we are going through a lot. We are going through a lot. I was telling someone the other day that, before you came here to see me, I was already feeling how you are feeling. I was already sick, and the same symptoms that I had, you come in here, you tell me that you have those symptoms.
Mhm.
It's like I took something from you and carried it on my own without you giving it to me or asking me to take it. So how
Yes.
special am I to be able to do that? But no
Mhm.
one ever comes and tells me that I'm special. In fact, they tell me I'm crazy. you know
Well, that's how you know you're special. You're specially crazy.
I'm especially crazy. But it's still fine.
Crazy
It's
in a
still
good way.
fine because I'm just doing what I came here to do. That's all. You know. And if what I came here to do is deemed as crazy in the eyes of the normal ones, then let it be. We can't all be normal. Someone must be crazy. And if
True,
it's
true.
going to be me, then way to go. I'll be the crazy one, and you guys will be the normal ones.
Mhm.
you
Poor
know.
guy, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's like
poor
poor
guy.
guy.
Poor me, poor me. Yeah, this is our inside joke, you and I.
Oh, you got me in tears right now, poor guy.
Poor me. Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is the reality, though, of the matrix that we are trapped in. Right now, someone will come and tell us that he saw a flying saucer or whatever UFO in the skies, and then before his story can be believed, we will just start by asking, "Where's the proof?" You know. These days we have smartphones, so wherever you go, you have your camera ready on your phone, that in case you sight something, then you just take out your phone and you record it, so that you can give it as proof.
Mhm.
Look at how sick our society is these days. An accident can happen, you know a
Exactly.
tragic accident. Like you see people's bodies scattered, people bleeding, people in pain. But someone will take out a phone and record that and then post it on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And you ask yourself, who are the audience of these things? If we are saying people are sick for posting such things, what are we saying about those who are watching? Because when we say something is trending,
You see what
when
the
we say
comment
something
says?
is trending,
Hmm.
it means it has a lot of views.
Right. That's right. It means it went.
Yeah,
It means it went
yeah,
viral. You know what I'm saying? You see
yeah.
what my Basu sister said? Not poor me. Laugh out loud. Not poor.
Oh, poor us, poor us.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
in
just put
tears
it like
right
that. Poor us.
now. Okay, exactly. For us, for us, for us.
Yeah.
I don't know where you came with that, but
We
that is like super funny, super super funny. And you said it with
yeah,
sincerity.
you have to feel sorry at some point, you have to
Mhm.
pity some people at some point, let's just be let's just be human. Where is Ubuntu, the spirit of Ubuntu, man?
Right.
Let's
I
just
am
say,
because we are. Yes.
yeah,
Mhm.
poor shaman, you know
Yes, poor shamans, poor shamans. No one Ubuntu spirit, no one Ubuntu spirit at all. For us, for us, for us. They don't see the light. They
yeah.
say they see the light, but they really don't see the light. They don't want that light. They
No,
don't
they
want the shaman
don't.
light. They don't want the real shaman.
No,
They want the
no.
play thing, you know?
Yeah.
Oh
you
my
know
goodness.
people are so fascinated by lies, and the truth just bores them. I was talking to my wife the other day. We were discussing how women are easily fooled by men who lie. And it's like
Tell me about it.
when you
Mm,
look at most relationships, when they start, the foundation of those relationships is mostly based on lies, because this man wants this woman to like him and this woman to be attracted to him. He will do
right.
anything to get the attention of this woman. So they start with lies. They
Mhm.
lie, and then later on, it is then that you start to learn the truth, but you've already fallen in love with a lie. you know so it's our sickness. We as human beings, we are fascinated by lies. Lies sound so sweet that
Yes.
when you hear the truth, then, oh my goodness, the truth is just a bitter medicine to swallow. you
Yes.
know
It's back to the poor us
so
again.
for us,
You come with the
for
truth
us.
and you be like poor us again. You come with the lie. Oh boy, you like super person. You're a super person with the lie. Big
Yeah,
time super person
yeah,
with lies. They like the lies.
yeah.
I like telling the lies. I like hearing the lies. Everything is just fake, you know?
You know what I encounter every day of my life, because I do readings, um I would read a person who is thousands of kilometers away from me, thousands of miles away from me, and I
Yeah.
would just be using their names only, or sometimes a photo. I just tell someone, send me your photo, and then I'll read you from the photo.
Mhm.
But now this is what I encounter every day. People ask me, how do you know these things? And to explain the how part,
They still won't understand it. You know, the question is to them, how did you come to me for a reading in the first place? How did you come to me for a reading in the first place? Because something inside of you told you that I know what I'm doing.
poor me, I still have to explain how.
Whew.
I still have to explain
Even when you
how
tell
I
them the
knew
truth.
all these things.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want to
they'll be
know
like,
how you know the truth.
they'll be like, you know what? Your reading is so accurate, but how did you know that? Like, I didn't know. Poor me, I didn't know. This
I
was
can't
just
with you.
revealed to me. It was revealed to
That's the
me,
reason
and
why you
how it
here.
was revealed. Yeah, how it was revealed, it's something that you will never understand. Just accept what I told you and tell me whether it's true or not. That's it.
Yes,
How
exactly.
it was
Exactly.
done, oh, poor me.
And do the work you need to do, you know? Whatever the message is, take the
You
message
know, so
and do what you have to do.
yeah,
Okay, on the screen
exactly.
there's
So this is
oh, go ahead, go ahead. I was just gonna say on the screen there's another question.
um yeah, we can go to the question. I see it says for
So it
later. What does he know or think about, I can see it
about us,
properly. What is it
about
saying
us,
about us
yeah,
all
about us
being
all being
among extra yeah, about us
terrestrial
all
beings
being among extraterrestrial beings
disguised as
disguised as
humans.
humans? Okay, yeah. Um first of all, first of all, let us now go to the crazy part of this whole thing, because I'm just gonna put it out there. This is what our elders have been telling us. These are our story that has been passed down through generations. So I'm going to say it out right now. Um, First of all, human beings are not beings from this planet. So
Hmm.
anything that you see that is called a human being is actually an alien on this planet. We can even go to the same book that we were talking about earlier, because that
Mhm.
book says to you, in the beginning. When it says in the beginning, you must pay attention now, because it's telling you about creation, about everything that you see today, how it all started. But now, in that beginning, you hear a story about two people who were created somewhere. They were created somewhere and placed on a planet. So now you hear the narrative saying that, let us create a human being in our image. Who are these people? Who are these people who are saying, let us create a human being in our image? where do they come from?
Mm.
They have to be somewhere sitting and planning this whole thing,
Yeah, like who are these
you
people
know?
talking?
And
Who
if you
are
are a
these people talking?
realist, yeah, and if you are a realist, you want real proof, tangible proof, then now tell us these beings that were busy creating this human being that they placed on earth and called Adam and Eve. Tell us now, where were these beings and what did they look like when they said, let us create this being in our image?
Mm.
Because this is now a practical thing
Exactly.
that is real and that has proof. If you want to prove
Yes.
something now, let's go and prove the theory of Adam and Eve, who were
Mm.
genetically
Mm.
created. Something was genetically modified to create these beings to look like something, because there's a narrative that says, let us create in our image, which means something was done genetically to create something that looks like something. You can't say you look like the invisible God, but you are visible. What is that?
Yes. Yes.
That doesn't make sense. You're crazier than I am if you believe that. You know?
So that means it's gonna be poor. It's not poor me anymore. It's not poor guy anymore. It's
Poor
not poor
them.
us. It's poor them.
It's poor them. If you are going to believe that you look like some invisible God, but you are visible, then you're crazier than I am.
I know Kat said not poor me. That is too funny. It's like she knows the inside joke without even knowing the inside joke. That is too funny.
Now she's in on it now.
Exactly,
It's
exactly. She knows without
she's part
knowing it.
of it. She's part of it now. Yeah. But that's the reality of things. We have to look at these things as we always want proof. Then these are the proofs that we are looking for. Look into that Bible of yours. Read those stories and find the proof in there. Just say to yourself, take those things literally and say, oh, these beings
Yes,
were created. How were
yes,
they created?
exactly.
Today we have genetics. You have genetically modified things that you can do this and that. So take that and put it in those times and view it in real eyes. In reality, what was happening there. you know and then we can speak. Now you can come and call me crazy and I can call you crazy too, and then poor us will become one.
Oh boy, that is too funny. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, she said that. She said y'all are too much loving this goddess. So I'm replying back like, yes, we just making fun with this
Yeah,
particular topic. Poor me, poor you, poor
yeah. Poor everybody.
exactly. But she says, I love crazy. So when people say you crazy, you just have to love being crazy because it's something special about you. It's something specific
Yes.
that they see in you that they don't even get in themselves. They don't even see in themselves. So they have to call it crazy because
Yeah.
outside of their normal paradigm. It's outside of their normal thinking. It's outside of what they normally speak, what they normally see, what they normally do.
True.
So it gotta be crazy.
Yeah.
That's not
True.
normal in their world. So yeah, I love
And
crazy
this
too.
this is the main focus of this podcast, because now we're trying to tell those who are experiencing these things, who are having these sightings, that you are not crazy. Poor you. You may be seeing these things in the skies and thinking you're crazy, but you're not. You're not
Yes,
crazy.
exactly.
This is the main reason why we're doing this focus, this podcast, because we're trying to talk to those who are crazy. That don't worry, you're not alone. You've got shamans like me who are as crazy as you are, and you have great elders like Baba Credo Mota, may his soul rest in power. um
Mhm.
he was seen as crazy as well. So don't feel sad whenever you cite such things and you want to tell somebody. Go out there and tell people what you saw. Poor you, they will call you crazy, it's fine. But hey, we are all crazy here on earth. you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we have another comment, Oracle, on the screen. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see it. If you want to read it, or I can read it.
Uh please read it out for me. I can see it.
Okay, this is from my Basu sister again, Anu Ketbe, although the name says Nicole Pellis Smith. So she says, they said that
Yeah.
Adam and Eve was the first Memphis theology story, stolen from thousands of years before the Bible. There are so many layers, like he's saying, one has to think. So it's basically Adam and Eve being stolen from the
Yeah,
thousands
it
of
is.
years
You can
before
also
the
find
Bible story.
you can
Mhm.
also find that story in the Sumerian tablets, where they speak of the Anunnaki.
Mhm.
The
True.
Anunnaki beings are the ones who come from that planet that the sister was referring to earlier as planet Sirius. These beings, when you listen to that story, it is the same as the one in the Bible, because they are called the Elohim. It's a plural of gods. Elohim, the high ones, the sky ones. So these Elohims, when they came, it's the same as the Anunnakis who came here and genetically modified the beings that they found here to make them slaves, so that
Right.
they can mine gold for them. you know and you ask yourself, what beings did they find here? People believe it was apes, and some think maybe they found the Khoisans, and I get so angry when they say that, because my elders were not genetically modified. Those are my people.
Right,
I
right,
I am I'm a direct descendant of those people, so I get angry when you start saying such things. But yeah, um, the narrative goes like that, that the Anunnaki came here, they found certain beings here, and they genetically modified those beings and made them into these slaves that they could control and use for mining gold and stuff. But we have traces of that. When you go to the caves here in South Africa, there are these rock paintings that were done by my ancient people, the Khoi and the San people, where they are depicting images of people mining during those times, and people,
Mhm.
and
Of
it's a
course.
pity I know what I know that people don't know, you know because my elders have revealed these things to me, hence I am a custodian of those things. They
Mhm.
revealed those things, telling me what actually transpired, what actually happened. And now
Mhm.
you look at these narratives there, and then you see, um somehow we are being, um put down, being made to look inferior, you know and
Mhm.
they want to put these beings above us and say, no, these beings are the ones who came here and civilized us and taught us all that we know, and we were their slaves. They genetically modified
Yeah,
us
that
to
part.
be, these intellectual beings, and what that is bull. There's no such thing. we are we
For us.
are those beings. We are those beings. There's no giant that came and created us, and genetically modified us, and gave us all this knowledge. We are those Anunnakis. We are
Exactly.
those
We are
beings
the
that they are
giants.
talking about.
Yes, we are the
Yeah, we
giants.
are.
We are the twids. We are the midgets, whatever you want to. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. For real.
You do not come here and tell me that I was an ape. I didn't know anything. All I knew was to climb a tree and eat a banana, and then some mystical being came from the sky and genetically changed me into this civilized being. That is I will start swearing right
Ridiculous.
now.
Yes, it's ridiculous. It's effing ridiculous. I'll use the abbreviation. It's effing ridiculous.
Yeah,
Ridiculously.
there's no such thing.
Mhm.
You are talking about us. We are those Anunnakis. We are those beings. We are those aliens that built the pyramids. You don't
Mhm.
come and tell me some Nephilim giant was busy building pyramids while I was climbing a tree, monkeying around, eating bananas.
Right, exactly, exactly. Eating bananas, that part, right, exactly, exactly. Like you were so primitive and you were so far behind the reality of what was going on. Thank you, thank you.
That someone had to come here in a spaceship and civilize me. Let me tell you, I am the one who came here in that spaceship.
Thank you.
I am the one who built that pyramid. I am the one who established this kingdom on earth. And you know what? Right now, I'm trying to go back from where I came from. That's why I'm busy building
Immediately,
these.
please, please, immediately, because these people here, they're just not just. They're not righteous. They come with these hidden agendas and false intentions.
Uh,
It's just sickening, you know. You know, see, like how the sister said, we are the giants. But you know
we
what?
are.
She did ask her next question, a question before that. I just wanted to put that up there real quick, and she was saying that she finally found a shaman. Let me put it up. Let me see. That looks like us.
Okay.
Since you had mentioned that you was a shaman, that you are a shaman. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to elaborate on that. You know, I'm a shaman too, but I'm a shaman in a different sense, I would say, but it's still shamanism, you know. But you could, she
Yeah.
said I was looking for a shaman, but I couldn't find anyone that looked like us. So now you found someone that looked like us, even though she can't see you, but she could see you on this picture right here that you look like us
Oh
here
yeah.
in the
Oh,
corner.
she's referring to poor me.
That's right. Poor you. Poor you, because I never said I was a shaman too. So poor you. Poor you,
Oh, poor
Oracle.
me,
Poor
poor me.
Oracle. Poor Oracle. We got some good laughs tonight. I like
Okay.
it. I'm loving
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm grateful for that. Love and gratitude to you, sister. And I'm always here. For as long as I'm still alive, you can get my contacts, and yeah, you can come and be crazy with me. If you want to do the readings and hear the craziness of the readings, then you can contact me. I will do the readings for you, and then we can be crazy. Poor
I'm gonna
us.
give her I'm gonna give her your WhatsApp business account number, and I'm gonna give her your email, and then y'all could converse from
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point on. I'll tell you one thing,
It's
my sis.
it's it's all good. All fine by
Anuket,
me.
Anuket Bay, take it from me. His readings are on point. Okay? You
Poor
will not
me.
be disappointed. No, not poor me in this case. It's rich you in this case. Rich you in this case because his reading is on point. All right? On point, says I can't express it no other way but just say you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Straight up. And
yeah.
you got different type of readings you can do. You can do the fire reading with the flame, the portrait reading, or
Yeah.
concentration, whatever it is. Your
Mm,
ancestors are going to connect with
mm,
him. Your spirit guides will connect with him to give you the information that you need to hear through him. Trust me.
yeah, yeah.
And he's going to say things that you're going to say. The only way he know that is if he tapped into my ancestry, or my spirit guides are there speaking through him. You're gonna know it because
Yeah.
you're already intuitive yourself. So your
And the
intuition is gonna tell you. You know.
the question will always come, how did you know?
No, she won't say that. She's a lot evolved than that. She's gonna know how you know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just my
She's
little
not a
my little
beginner.
inside joke.
Hmm.
This is how I console myself. I just make it funny like that.
Right, right, right. She's gonna be like, "Poor me. How did he know all of that
Yeah.
about me?" That's what she's gonna be saying. How did he know all of that about me? Poor me.
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, we have these confusions out there because we are trapped in this matrix, and it's all good. It's all fine. Poor us, we can stay in our little corner and be the crazy ones. But as long as we are not trapped in the matrix, then it's fine. Let us be the crazy ones.
Exactly.
But the reality is, these things do exist, and our brothers and sisters are trying to reach out to us, but
Mhm.
we are being blinded. We are being blinded. We are told that this is not true, this is all conspiracy. You know
Oh no,
and
it's
and
true.
and and and
It's true.
the funny part is that those who are telling us this is not true, this is all fiction and stuff, they are the ones busy tapping into those worlds. They are the ones who are busy opening those portals, trying to see what is behind there you know and our
Mm.
brothers and sisters
Mm.
are trying to tell us, we are here, guys, and here are people who can see us, and these people are trying to blindside you guys and telling you that we are not here. And these beings are so intelligent that they won't just come out here and come to look like these clowns that we see on TV. The grays and all those funny looking things on your science
They
fiction movies.
ugly. They ugly, ugly, ugly.
They they not. they're not gonna come and play that narrative. They're not gonna come here and entertain us like that.
Exactly.
Coming here with laser guns, creating wars here, enslaving us, and doing all those things that you see on, what's that movie again, Judgment Day or what? Like,
Oh,
that is
Independence
crazy.
Day. Independence Day. That's the one with Will Smith, right? Oh, it looks like maybe his connection froze up. Yes, my sis Anu Ketbe. We definitely gonna go into other dimensions. Can we elevate? Have thee? I hear thee. So the answer is yes. I can't wait until I transform completely. So, oh yes. I'll probably send you prior podcast that we did with the Oracle, and he spoke about how, um, yeah, he actually went into other dimensions and elevated in those type of things. Like, but he went into like sacred spaces in South Africa, like in caves and things like that, up into the mountains. And when you go into those places, um, that's when he was able to, how could I put it, transfigure, you know, from the flesh into the spirit. So when he comes back in, I'm definitely going to have him um, address this comment because, yeah, this conversation is getting so deep. And yes, of course, you already know that I know that your subconscious mind is open. So if you get his readings, it's definitely going. You ain't gonna have to question nothing. It's not gonna be no poor me. It's gonna be like, oh yes, he knows exactly what he's saying. He is too right. He is too right. Okay, let me see. Put the next comment up. Just bear with us, family. You know, he said it's thundering and lightning on his side, so give him a chance to come back. Yes, sis, and I'm going to forward you his the WhatsApp business account, and I'm going to forward you his email too. Yeah, he said he'll be back to wrap it up. All right, I'm just texting him back. Yeah, so I hope everybody is enjoying the podcast tonight. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to share and subscribe and smash that notification bell for more upcoming podcasts like this and other ones as well. And you can also check out last Friday's podcast with an elder, Bernardo Ricketts. That was a very interesting podcast as well. Yeah. And also podcasts from 2 months ago, last year around this time. I have a lot of them on my YouTube channel. So all you have to do is just go there and you will be able to bask into the information. So he'll be back momentarily. And since I'm going to put the last comment up that, well, not the last comment, but the one before these three that you mentioned, so that way he can answer the dimensional one, and then I'll put the other ones up as we dialogue. And then there's always, I think this one could be definitely a part two, because like I said, topics like these, they never go out of style. They never go out of style. So yes, my king brother. Yes, our sister Anuket Bey would like to know if you can go into other dimensions, and can you elevate? Have you elevated? And she said, I hear thee. So the answer is yes. I can't wait to.
Um,
Yeah, you can read the bottom part. You can finish reading it if you see it on your side.
Pardon me,
Like
pardon
three
me. I
questions.
just came back now. I don't know what is being talked about here. This one says, can one go into other dimensions? Can one elevate? Have the I hear this, so the answer is yes. I can't wait until I transform completely so I can experience that. Directed to me that can I go to other dimensions?
Yes. And I did answer part of it, but I waited for you to come so you can give your own explanation when you go into the mountains and you
Yeah,
come out when you do your out of body
yeah,
experience.
yeah. Yeah, it happens to me a lot. It happens a lot because there's this thing that I normally do. It's a practice that I was taught by the elders. You know, when you want to connect to other spirits, you know, there are spirits that are living in the physical but somewhere else. You know, so you have I call them telephones. You know, you have mediums that you can use to connect with those beings from other realms and other planets and all of that. So it's different types of transformations though, because you have levels that you go to. It's not always that you when you transcend or transform, you go to this
Oh, you're breaking up, brother. You're breaking up.
specific
You're breaking up, Oracle.
realm that only spirits exist there.
Oh, he's gonna be poor me again when he has to repeat all that again because he's breaking up. Poor me again. Let me send him a text and let him know we can't hear him. So, by the way, we're looking forward to Fridays or Saturdays to have the Oracle come on. If not on Fridays, then we'll have him come on a Saturday, 9:30 p.m. ish, same time like we did today. So we're gonna look forward for these weekend vibes on a regular basis. And as I was saying, you can always go to my YouTube channel and see the prior interviews that we did with the Oracle, speaking on various topics that you may like. So just check out my YouTube channel, hit that like button, share it, subscribe it, smash that notification bell so you can always be at brisk with the upcoming, podcast that we're going to be doing. Even like during the week, I might have some guests come on during the week, but mostly I'm looking at Fridays or Saturdays with the Oracle or, whoever else may be on the roster to be here. Yeah, so he said he's trying to come back in now. So just be patient, please. Remember, it's raining and thundering and lightning on his side. So we have to take in account that the connection is not smooth right now. And yes, my Basu sister, it's always a pleasure, to have you in the midst of things. I want to put your question back up so when he gets back on, he can just hit right into the question, finish what he was saying, of course, and then come and address this question right here. Yeah, and I appreciate you coming on and taking the time out to be a part of this podcast in the chat. Maybe next time you can actually come on the panel, and be a part of the conversation on camera or whatever, or off camera, but we still see you on the panel. I know you had a busy day today, so I do appreciate you taking the time out and still having the energy to be here and everything. I appreciate that. Yep. So oh yeah, I'm proud of this too, my sis. That's how it has to be. That's what I'm all about. Sharing the knowledge, spreading the love. Thank you again for those kind words. You make me want to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't get discouraged. Just keep moving forward. That's what it's all about. The forwardness. All right, Oracle. We got you back, King brother. Let me know if you can hear me. So I'm putting your question back on not question, but your comment back on Anuket. Well, Oracle, if you're speaking right now, we can't hear you. Just to let you know. Okay, he said his signal is starting to act up. So probably we could seal it up here. And then next week we can do an extension, a part 2 on this. Because although he's on the panel, it still seems like we can't get his audio to come on. Oh, no problem, sis. I know how things are. Sometimes things come up. And I did see your 2 emails where you said that you had to leave out again and you've been up all night and things like that. So the mere fact that you're here in the chat and you're engaging with us, I should be giving thanks to you, for still taking the time out to be here. So give thanks for that. You could have just been like a ghost, but you didn't. You kept your word. Which is why we're Basu sisters. Anyway. And Basu sisters is we're taking a Kemetic Egyptian yoga, ancient Egyptian yoga certification. And we're going to be certified to teach Kemetic yoga from the Ma'a Seba Ja system, the Tef Sema Pout Netaru. And yeah, we'll be able to share that type of African yoga to the world. And we call ourselves Basus, not yogis, but Basus. There's nothing wrong with saying yogis, don't get me wrong, but we, in the ancient Egyptian or Kemetic terms, we say Basu. So right now we're aspirant Basus. So aspirant means we're working toward being the Basu, where we can actually teach a session of ancient Egyptian yoga or Kemetic yoga, the Jeff Sema Pout Netaru system. Very powerful system, very good for the mind, the body, the spirit, the emotional body. It targets those areas, especially when you connect with the Netarus. For those who's familiar with Netarus, the Netars of ancient Kemet, the gods and goddesses, the deities, once you connect with them and embrace them while you're doing the postures and you have your breathing intact, you really start seeing, miraculous things moving in your life. You see channels opening, doors opening, you're healing the mind, the body, and the spirit. So yeah, we're on that journey right now together, and we will be meeting June 9th for our graduation ceremony ritual process. And me and her linked up and decided to, split our fees half for the hotel and the food and the transportation. Because, of course, we have to go to Atlanta, Georgia for this ritual ceremony to take place. And for some reason, the ancestors connected me and her to network and, come together and do this thing together as sistren, like how it should be. She's a very kind-hearted person, and I love her.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with the signal this side.
I see, I see.
It's really, really bad. So
We hear you now. So let me get this.
I think
We hear you now, Oracle. So let's
we
get this
can
last question in. Let's get this last question in that she was trying.
continue some other time.
Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? No, he didn't hear me. Yeah, I think we might have to seal this up because he didn't even hear what I was saying. Yeah, he didn't even hear what I was saying. But Anuket, I'm just gonna briefly, put your comments up on the screen before I close it out. Yes, of course, of course. We gotta support one another. That's how it's supposed to be. Other nations do it without a problem. It's time for us to get back into that because it's not like we weren't like that. We just got lost, along the way or whatever during oppression and slavery. But we're getting back to it. And I love you too. Much love and hugs to you. Yeah, so now they're load shedding again in South Africa. Load shedding is when they turn the power off for a certain amount of hours a night, I guess, to preserve the energy. And that's what's going on right now. So the Oracle won't be able to come back in, as he was saying. Yeah, he said it won't let me back in. So I guess we'll wrap it up and continue next time. Love and gratitude. Ashe. Hara Masedi Ashe. Yes. So Hara Masedi Ashe to the family out there that's been listening. Thank you for your patience and your time and your energy, even with you know, the internet breakup. Give thanks to my Basu sister, Anuket Bay. Give thanks to my little sis, Chantel's Suggs. We will be linking up in the summertime. I'm going to be going to upstate New York and be her yogi life coach and do some meal preparations for her because she want to, lose some more pounds and get her health back intact. And I got some remedies for her, so that's what I'm looking forward to this summer. I got 2 nice clients that's ready to make some lifestyle changes, and I'm ready to help them. Ready to share my talent and my gifts, as the shamans would say, to the world and give my services towards humanity the best way I can. Yes, Hatep, I Nuket Hatep. I'll see you Sunday and when we go to class. And also I'll give you a call tomorrow. Yeah, I'll give you a call tomorrow and we could elaborate on this podcast. Oh yes, the New York thing is definitely. I'm going to tell you about it tomorrow because you might want to join in with what we have in store because we also talked about doing business and things like that. And I know you're a businesswoman naturally by heart, so you'll probably be interested in what we plan. And I'll keep you updated and posted on what we're doing and how we want to do it. And with your expertise and your knowledge, I think you'll be a great fit for what we're trying to do. Yes, Ayana Spikes, peace and love to you too, my sister. I'm sorry that you're just getting in as we're about to seal up, but you can always go back and listen to the podcast from the beginning. And you can always hit that like and share button and hit the notification bell so you will always be up to date on the next time we're on again with the Oracle. Love and gratitude to you, Ayana Spikes. I try to get everybody's comment on the screen. Yes, most definitely, Ayana Spikes. If you hit that notification bell, you will definitely be able to tune in again the next time we're on, which will probably be next Friday anyway. And that way, you know, you can join the panel if you want. It could be on the panel like we are right now. Me and the Oracle was. Oh, okay. All right. So you're used to the flow. Okay. I'm glad you're back. So that means that we putting out a good thing that you came back. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. That's what it's all about, keeping that positive vibe flowing. Appreciate you, sis. Yeah, so for all those listeners out there, thank you for your time and your energy again. And we give thanks for, all the comments in the comment section from my girl Anuket Basu. Anuket Bay Basu. They give thanks for Ayana Spikes, my little sis Chantel Suggs. Give thanks for the Oracle for coming on and taking the time out at that 3 a.m. hour to talk with us and share his talents and gifts from the shaman's point of view. So yeah, this is the shaman way of healing. This is how us shamans do it. We do it this way. So until next time, be safe, keep it positive, be prosperous in all you're doing, stay established. Hetep, hetep, hetep. Love and gratitude.